You know, guys, the more I go along here, the more I realize that my friend Frank is absolutely correct. How was he correct? Well, you see, guys, when demons walk into the home of humans and they do what they do, or do what they did on October 7th, 2023, and they film it just to show the world what they did and how they did it, and they are proud of it, and then they say that they will do 1,000 more of those, and then when, called out on it, they said they deny that they ever did it, and their friends deny that they ever did, and they said there's no proof, even though they filmed it. Folks, that's how we know we're speaking to demons. That's how we know we're speaking to... Folks, again, I've said this many times before. You ever deal with a narcissist or somebody with borderline personality disorder? There's nothing you can do. If they're going to call you, they're going to call you the bad guy. They're going to call you, in this case, the aggressor, the one who's doing, Genoicide, and all the rest of it. There's nothing you can say to them. There's nothing you can show to them. For example, Prime Minister Netanyahu today made a whole video. Oh, we're giving all this food. We're giving all these trucks. We're giving all... And now, it's being intercepted by the... when we send it in by truck. So we're going to airdrop it, right? Folks, you have to understand something. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. Because demon beasts are going to think what they want about you. Folks, any person that accuses Israel of genocide or Jews of genocide on the internet or anywhere else, it's actually not a person. At this point, it's a demon beast. Candace Owens is a demon beast. Who are they? The Hodge twins, whoever, who are just like retard clones of her, right? They're like hydras. You ever seen the hydras? I don't care what color they are. They're demon beasts, guys. Right? Tucker Carlson is a demon beast. Jake Shields is a demon beast. Any person, whether it's a real person or a bot or a troll, or a paid, some kind of agent. Folks, these people, they're not people, really. I'm telling you, they look like humans that are possessed by some kind of entities inside of them. They're like a hollow shell. Or they're possessed by these beings. Folks, what I'm saying is very, very, how should I put this? It's very, very, like, alien to many people, right? It's very, very, I'm using the right term, right? It's very, very, like, a lot of people don't realize what's going on. And therefore, you're going and you're doing, what's called hasbara and advocacy and answering and responding and arguing and debating. Folks, the only thing I will say is sometimes we need to educate our own children if they have basically, essentially the wrong ideas about things and lack of, concept of history or whatever it is. That's one thing. But if you're dealing with people who can't, you're trying to talk to them and it's like you're just talking, they're looking right through you, right? And when you're looking at them, you just see like I don't know, it just doesn't look like a human anymore. It doesn't behave like a human, that's for sure. There's nothing you can do, folks. Especially on the internet where there's complete anonymity, right? You have to block. If you feel the need to answer, okay, then answer. maybe for the onlookers, and then just block, folks, because you have to understand, whoever is posting whatever they're posting, whoever's writing whatever they're writing, is paid. More often than not, they are paid, or it's some kind of AI, or it's like a paid troll, paid agitator, Like you could post something historical, and they say, "Oh, that thing is no justification for genocide. Your historical artifact, your archaeological whatever, is justification for genocide." Folks, you understand? It's like telling somebody, again, the whole goes back to when to stop beating your wife. When did you stop beating your wife thing, right? It's a non-questioner. It's like a non-statement. What are you going to say to that? No, we're not committing genocide. The people against, who attacked us, and we're it's a whole. You're just. It's a conversation that goes nowhere, folks, right? Because you're talking to a demon, beast. You are. That's what you're talking to. I don't really understand what Netanyahu's doing. Why is he wasting his breath? Folks, do you know what should have happened as soon as this happened? The Prime Minister of Israel should have... How do you do this, right? You take the phone off the hook, right? You don't respond to any calls. If something like this happens to your country, right? Where these like creatures from like, I don't know, Middle Earth come and do this to your women and your people and take hostages, and just brutal, right? You see it even to this day, folks. You take the phone off the hook. You don't pick up a call even from the President of the United States or from any president, and then you say, okay, if you don't release the hostages, the water will be cut off. We're going to cut off the water. We're going to cut off electricity until you release the hostages. We Dafka will. Folks, everything they're accusing Israel of now, which is obviously not true, is something Israel should have literally threatened to do on October 8th. And these fucking rats, pardon my language, would have come out with the hostages. They would have handed all the hostages over, all of them, including the Bibas twins and everybody else. And then it's over, folks. But you see, it's not over. It's not going to be over. Now, right? Or it hasn't been over. But see, now, finally, I guess the Prime Minister or whomever over there decided, you know what? We're just going to go in. And now, my friends, but here's the thing. Now we've gotten to a point where we've literally... It's not that, like I said, it's not that we care what demon beasts think of us. But we've gotten to a point where we've gotten everything to such a fever pitch, right? To where, yes, it's just going to be a cacophony of noise. No. That's what it's going to be. So... Just a second. It's going to be a cacophony of noise. And, not that we care. Not that we care, we're going to have to handle our stuff anyway. But my friends, here's the problem. Now, you've let it get to a point, the Israeli government has let it get to a point where, yes, the Jews in the diaspora are in mortal danger. So now, the Prime Minister of Israel, if something happens to Jews in the diaspora, he's not going to be able to do anything about it, except for saying, well, time for Aliyah. My friends, I mean, this was bound to happen, right? It is time for Aliyah. And yes, we're going to eliminate Hamas, but now Hamas in Gaza will be eliminated. Now the rise of Hamas all over the world. Hamas's orcs all over the world will be upon us. My friends, Has v'shalom, I'm not blaming Israel for that. They are who they are. But I'm telling you now, I for sure know, had Israel solved this on October 9th, October 8th, all these orcs in the diaspora are way less emboldened. They're way less emboldened. Just like if they elect this guy in New York, what happens? You embolden people elsewhere. In other places, in other states, in other cities, right? Because if you could do it in New York, you could do it anywhere. If an orc attacks a Jew in New York, and nothing happens to him, the NYPD doesn't do anything to him, then it's open season, my friends. Do you understand? So, yeah, guys. There's no point in answering them now. There was never a point. They've been at this for years. The lies, the hatred, they've been at this for years, guys. I remember talking to them 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I remember talking to them online. Okay? And there was no appeasing them then, and there's no appeasing them now. There's no one to talk to, okay? Again, guys, it's like dealing with a narcissist. You're always the bad guy, and no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you give, no matter what you show, there's always an accusation. There's always turning the tables on you. There's never showing a mirror to them. Even, folks, think about this. A narcissist can attack you. He can film the attack. And or you can record his words. And what is he gonna, and then you come back to him with the recording, right? Either it's audio or a video, and you say, hey, take a look at this. And he says, so what? That's not me. I didn't do that. Or he's going to say, yeah, you had it coming. That's my, yeah, you had it coming. Look what you did to me. Resistance, it's resistance. Folks, you understand? We had it coming, apparently, right? We had it coming. Why did we have it coming? Because, here's why. Well, because we pulled our people out of that place, out of Gaza in 2005. And apparently we pulled it out not because we wanted peace, but because we wanted to turn that place into a prison. That's why we pulled out our own people. Folks, again, you for those of you who have never dealt with clinical narcissists and people with NPD, or actual, I mean, you go further, you go to like a psychopath, sociopath, right? This is it, my friends. It's a demon inside the person. They are a demon. They are a demon. They harvest your energy. They, what is it called? They're an energy vampire, right? And whatever you say to them, whatever you do for them, is used against you. There's nothing you can do. You can't do anything. Yeah. My friends, this is what it's been since the beginning of this whole thing. Notice, October 7th, the attack happens. They film it, right? For the first 3 weeks, Israel does nothing. Israel deliberates what they should do, when they should do it, how they should do it, if they should do it at all. In those 3 weeks, these demon beasts protest, quote unquote protest. They riot. They set up tents. And they already scream genocide. Nothing happened yet. Nothing happened. Folks, it's kind of like, I don't know what analogy to give you. I mean, I have no analogy for this. You ever see WWF? where the, obviously it's all fake, right? The actual, the match or the result of the match, right? So part of it is like that, you have the guy who's like, beating up like the bad guy, so to speak, right? He's beating up the good guy, but then the good guy kind of like, if you ever see Hulk Hogan, right? He's getting his head pummeled, and then he just kind of like, you hit him, and then he just like stands up, and he nods his head like, like he's getting like a superpower, And then his opponent, he nods his head. He's like, oh, and then he waves his hands like, please no, that kind of thing. Hulk Hogan didn't do anything yet. But in this case, it's not please no, it's you're a murderer. You're doing genocide. This is resistance. Folks, it's madness, you understand? They are demon beasts from hell. And this is the result, my friends, of decades of just removing Hashem, removing biblical principles, basic. I'm not talking about being some, Bible thumper. Basic, biblical, basic God, basic, just goodness principles out of society. And not only that, my friends, I don't know if you noticed, that's a different story, installing absolutely satanic themes into music, into movies, into everything really, into education, with all the trans stuff and all that stuff. My friends, it's all part of it. It's all part of it. Just like our Jewish friends of the LGBTQ, the ones who are pro-Israel, learn the hard way that this so-called movement is not with them, or they are not part of it. They are not allowed to be part of it. There's a reason for that, guys, because these people are demonic. Not the pro-Israel ones, but the ones who are leading it. These people are demonic, my friends, and there's no talking to them, okay? You have to treat them as if they are non-entities. And if you block them, so, and they say, oh, this person's, folks, so be it. Just block them. There's no point to talk to them. Trust me on that. And they will come to the comment section of this video. You will come to the comment section of this video. And I'm here to tell you, you're the murderer. You're the genocider. And you're projecting. Your friends attacked us. They filmed it. They deny what they did, despite it being on film. And now you're experiencing FAFO. And you're about to experience the biggest FAFO of your life. Laila Tov.